want to hear about the UK music scene and your thoughts on the UK music scene.
Okay, this is good.
Everyone wants to hear UK Gossip. If you don't know UK Gossip, they're a huge page in the UK,
Word.
A huge blog
That's
page. And they're here, and they really want to know about the UK music scene. So the last couple of episodes you did before on Everyday Struggle, you spoke, I think it was about Fredo, and about drill music and I guess Homage.
Right.
So can you just clarify on the point that you said when UK artists say that we want homage from American artists for drill, but you were kind of like, nah, that's not really
okay. So
so
this is the thing. So my introduction to UK music is not even this year. Like, do you know about SAS?
No.
So SAS was a group, and they was a group that got signed by the Diplomats back in 2002. It was from the UK.
Okay.
So they was the first people I ever met that was from the UK that rapped, right? So, and I got great. They met Mega and Mayhem, like that's their names. And so with the UK drill scene, what I was saying, what I really wanted to get clarified was this. It was like, okay, I understand that there's a bit of frustration because UK is doing big shit, and the only way we hear about anything is through the internet, right?
What?
So what I didn't like, and I spoke to Fredo's manager after this, but what I wasn't feeling was when Fredo was like, yo, if artists don't pay homage, we gonna start robbing them. Cause I just thought like, yo, that's a little bit far, bro. Like you don't gotta take it, cause guess what?
I think it is a part of his humor. I don't generally.
All right, so I didn't. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know too much about Fredo, which I've been getting up onto him now. But like, and I think he's dope, you know. But I just felt like this, right? A lot of people from the UK y'all don't have to come to America to make money or to. Y'all don't have to. A lot of artists, when they want to reach another level, they gotta go over there. Like as far as touring wise, you know what I mean? Touring wise, like a lot of artists, their first international tours is in Europe and you know what I mean, and France and Paris and all of that. And I just thought that like that was a little bit far because that's like I equated it to New York, right? In New York, that's like if we say everybody who raps, like it's a fact that New York, that hip hop started in the Bronx, right? So if we start saying, yo, anybody who rap, if y'all don't start saying the Bronx, like if y'all don't say the Bronx, it's something is going to happen. I just thought that was a little bit far, but at the same time, I symptomize with what Fredo was saying because from what I understand, y'all don't get the credit that y'all deserve.
Definitely.
As far as the
drill now, when people make the comparison between drill from Chicago, what the UK did with drill completely shaped the sound that we have now, which is now shaping the sound in New York. So I think that's where people fall short on, I guess, the homage paid to the UK, especially where the UK feels almost like it's been shit on for so many years. Like, go on, continue.
So the thing, I think, the problem with the UK and New York or America as a whole is just perception. We perceive UK people a certain way based on media or based on television. The same way everybody perceives certain things. A lot of people might not travel and go get the FaceTime, you know, with the people. So for me, I like I said, like I've been getting up on like certain UK artists over the years, like you know who's my favorite? Sampha is my favorite. Like Sampha is one of my favorite artists. Like I seen Sampha one day in Soho in New York, and I couldn't believe it. Like I couldn't believe it because it was for 2 months straight. I listened to his album for 2 months straight. So like, and I'm not gonna lie, the person that put me onto a lot of UK music, not me personally, but listening to Drake. Like when Drake dropped, what's his name? What was it? More Life.
Okay, that album.
When he dropped More Life, I was managing the producer, and that's on the beat that did KMT. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, like Drake is putting us on, but at the same time, while people want to hear a gigs with a Drake, they're not tapping into the artists by themselves. You know what I'm saying? So for me, more recently, I've been opening my ears to like more UK artists because I understand that like music is not geographical.
100%.
And the thing,
That's the importance of you guys' voices, because for me, I still feel, where I know Americans from places like Louisiana and Baton Rouge, they have no idea of what's going on in the outside world because they're so stuck. It's people like you and the Joe Buddens, the Angeliques, all these people, spokespeople in the music industry, who start fucking and start getting out of their comfort zone and mess with UK music, that suddenly people open their ears and they're like, okay, this sounds okay, this sounds good.
Right. You know what don't make it easier? What don't make it no easier for artists to take, because it's like something like the man's not hot go super viral, right?
See, we were pissed at that though. Like,
but that's
we were
the thing. It's like
pissed at that too.
So when you see that, and then people over here see that, they take it as a joke. For me, I went to Japan in 2016. When I went to Japan, I did not know how influential New York hip hop was, in Japan. Wow. So the thing about the whole UK drill scene is this. I feel like drill, period, would not be happening without Chicago, because drill is really like artists. This what drill was in Chicago. Chicago artists rapping about violent shit that they was going through with other rivals. Nobody was saying ops before Chicago. Nobody was like saying
even the language drill came from America. Drillings came from
exactly. So then Bobby and them. I think like that's what makes Bobby and them do what they do. And then more recently, it's like Pop Smoke. So Pop Smoke, Pop Smoke. I think him coming from Brooklyn, because everybody uses Brooklyn as all of New York. Everybody in New York don't make music like that. You know what I mean? Like, there's tons of artists in New York that don't rap on those type of beats. So when UK people are saying, yo, New York don't respect UK drill, it's kind of generalizing us, because it's like, it's people in Harlem that don't.
But that's the same way you guys do that with UK rap as well.
Absolutely.
So it's the world.
Absolutely. But I think that, the thing, the reason why Pop Smoke, was able to take it the way he took it was because he has the person who signed him. My friend Rico Beats was his manager, but the person that signs him, Stephen Victor, manages Pusha T, which Pusha T been going to the UK and doing shit for years.
Yeah.
So it's like they able to like tap in a little bit more and go grab an 808 Mellow, or go grab one of these guys and bring them over here and bring the sound over here.
Yeah.
And I think that is paying homage a lot. But at the same time, the lines get blurred, because a lot of people in New York, when they hear a sound, they like, oh, I'm going to just jump on the same sound so I could get on. They're not thinking about where it originates at. They just like, I'm going to just, but it's good for us to have this type of dialogue so that we can discover the discrepancy, or I think it's just miscommunication for real.
Yeah, I think I've just seen a comment from actually one of my friends who does a listening part with me, Malika, and she was saying when Pop Smoke came, she was fucking with the people from the UK, and that's the key element of it. Is when Pop Smoke came and hooked up with the 808 Mellows.
Yeah, but you gotta remember too though. People go overseas. Listen, people don't be wanting to. A lot of people that go to, like, when they go somewhere else, unless you tapped in with certain people, you're not just gonna be calling, yo, who can I get with? Because you got to think about your safety as well. You know what I mean? You have to think about your safety. So a lot of people might be reluctant. A lot of people might be reluctant to tap in on that type of side, which I feel like for me, if I was to go to the UK, people been telling me since I got on Everyday Struggle, people been telling me, yo, people in UK watch you. And they like, yo, I've met people at Complex Con that's come from the UK. They're like, yo, we were supposed to do the Mobile Awards, I believe.
Mobile Awards are in the chat. So
for real? Shout out to the Mobile Awards, but we were supposed to do the Mobile Awards, but it just didn't happen. Yeah. But like for me, I got an aunt that's Jamaican that grew up over there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I've always wanted to go over there and have that experience. But I think that is just miscommunication. And a lot of the execs, not myself, because I want to sign an artist from the UK. You know what I mean?
You do?
Like, I would love to. I would love
to. The language barrier, the accent barrier doesn't prohibit you, do you think, to cross over to the US?
So this is how I feel. I feel like that's one part of it, but if they get the exposure, like if they have, if I was able to grab an artist from the UK and bring them over here, and I'm able to put them around some of the people that I've come up with in the game, and they embrace it, that's only gonna make people mess with it.
They embrace it, not become it though, because that's the thing. When you're signing a UK rapper, obviously you want someone.
I think
everything UK rather than make them mold into the US.
I don't want them to be that. I wouldn't want them to be that at all. I would love for a UK artist to come over here and just bring who they are to the world of over here. It's no different than, it's like, okay, when it's people all over the world now, you know, due to Nipsey passing away, when people see blue and yellow, they think of Nipsey because those is the Crenshaw colors. When people see Crenshaw, it's people in the UK that wear Crenshaw that never took a trip to Slauson in Crenshaw Avenue.
Yeah.
So it's like, I would love to see an artist from the UK come over here and be able to
have
do
that
that
effect.
Yeah, and I think it's possible. I think it's more than possible, because that's hip hop, no matter what. Hip hop is a universal language that was like something that started in the Bronx and it inspired people to go and do it. And I feel like the super, because this is, we're only talking about UK drill. It's tons of super duper hip hop heads who've been up on Mobb Deep. Mobb Deep used to tour heavy in the UK.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Wu-Tang Clan tours heavy over there. Yeah. It's people that's been on the hip hop scene forever. And I think that, like, even those guys, Wu-Tang Clan might have inspired some of the parents of the kids who's doing UK drill today. So I think if we're able to share, and if we're able to share on a level where I embrace it and I bring somebody over here, or I come over there and I'm able to do content with some of the artists from over there in their neighborhoods, that's going to be the way to break.
I think one thing that is like getting in the way of that is pride. I think it's part of the UK almost feeling like we've been shit on from the US for so long that we're prideful, that we don't really want to mess with what the US over there because we're calm here. And then the US have a thing where it's like, well, who are the UK to the US? Like, you guys are this little island.
I tell you this, being a black man living in America, we feel like the US shit on us too. So we right there.
Everyone's getting shit on somewhere, one way or another.
And for real, like, we feel like the US shit on us too. But I think, like, the thing is this, is like, I don't have an ego. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have an ego. Like, I'm not one of those people that says, yo, if you want to interview me, you got to pay me, or you got to, like, you know what I mean? How many followers does your page have before I jump into something like this? If it's something that I want to do, I'm going to do it. So I feel like, you know, I like, hopefully, I spoke to Fredo's manager, and, you know, we trying to work out some things. But, like, hopefully I get an opportunity to come over there and really embrace the culture, you know what I mean? And really put my foot in there to where we could break some of them barriers, to where, like, you know, even though we both might be a little bit reluctant by messing with each other, we could make it so ill if we did. I would love to see it.
I think it's authentic collaborations, because we even have a thing of sometimes when we collaborate with maybe a little baby or whoever, we don't feel the promotion from their side as much as we're excited that, oh my God, we had a little baby jump on a track with us. Right. So it's kind of like that equal respect, and that's kind of we want to.
But I think it's happening though, like bit by bit. You got to remember, so when people think about the States or they think about America, they might think it's the same thing. Yo, in New York alone, Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Harlem, Staten Island is like different worlds, and it's all one place. So it's like, when you think about the South don't even think. A lot of people in the South, they ain't even thinking that. I'm just speaking for the people I know. They're not thinking that far.
No.
People from the South, like a lot of people, and I've interviewed Little Baby, like he was super happy to just have New York embrace him a certain way, you know, like. So when we talking about like the UK, I think the problem in collaboration is everybody starts to think about business and money, and that's what deteriorates the collaboration effort.
100%.
It got, like you said, it got to be a mutual respect. Like I might got to tap in, and I think, you know who else? And I gotta say this: A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky was one of the artists.
Yes.
He's one of the artists that has always gone and embraced overseas.
That is very true. That's
he's always,
and I don't think he gets enough homage or respect for that as well. Yeah, no, 100%.
He don't. Like, I'm sorry, what's an artist that always works for Rocky? He was on Rocky last album. I'm forgetting his name right now. It's not Giggs. It's Skepta. Yeah. Don't Skepta got his own Air Max, don't he?
Yeah, he does.
This is what I'm saying. It's like people don't even like. So look at this. You got kids over here that'll be really excited for Skepta's Air Max, but they don't even know the sneaker. That's why we need artists to come over here and really put their foot in. But another thing about it is, y'all got the same problems we got sometimes. A lot of y'all can't get in here because y'all got fucking charges. Like,
words, 100%. That is, it's almost part of, like, I have this argument as part of the formula to be almost a successful rapper in that domain of thing. You have to almost have catched a body or been to prison for a certain time. Otherwise, you don't have the street cred that your music is going to gauge with people who, like you said, the North and South thing. We have it where we have people, posh kids from Worcestershire, who listen to drill music because for some reason they connect with it for some reason.
Yo, I met a girl that showed me like German drill music one time. Like,
yeah.
So it's, and that's the thing. It's becoming a thing. And I think like with hip hop being such a streamlined thing, we just got to figure out more ways to like you said, respectfully work together. You know what I mean? Like if we figure that out, because I would love to see, I think it would be super ill for a UK artist to come over here and do a video right in the middle of Brooklyn.
Have you ever heard of Jay Huss?
Jay Haas? No, I haven't heard of Jay Haas.
Jay Huss, he, in my opinion, like holds a flag for the UK. Stormzy does the big shows. He's the commercial success, but Jay Huss is the real quality success.
I'm up on Stormzy.
Like,
I'm up on Stormzy.
Yeah, no, but Jay Huss is Afro. You're up to like Afro beats. He has that Afro swing kind of time because of the UK's kind of a history where we're all kind of almost not all, but a lot of us are first generation African or Caribbean. We have a lot of that integrated into the music. So if you get a Jay Huss, instantly you hear that African swing, that kind of Afro sound.
You know what's ill about the UK? A lot of people that they don't talk about, it's just like New York, because y'all got so many different cultures there.
Yes.
Like there's so many, like I said, like my aunt from Jamaica, but she always had she got an accent from over there because she grew up, she was born in Jamaica, and then her parents moved to there. So she has like a UK accent, but she Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? So it's like y'all a melting pot where y'all got so many different people from so many different places over there, just integrating and mingling. And I think it's going to take some time, but I think it can happen. I think like Fredo, honestly, Fredo will work great over here because, first of all, women going to love him over here. Like
they already do love him over here too. So
they're going to love him. And I think that like, you know, with his, I think that he just needs a unique way for his story to be told. Because that's something that breaks the barriers as well. It's
I feel like we're not marketed very well. Like as a scene, we lack the marketing that probably Americans have, and that probably does also prohibit like any kind of translation to somewhere like a US audience. But no, Fredo would be an interesting one. I wouldn't jump to Fredo straight away, so that's quite an interesting one.
You know what it is? I just see that he has like a street. If you didn't hear him talk, he looked like an artist from over here already. By the way he dressed, how he carry himself. I think if he was over here, it will work, but it will also take like certain artists to work with him. You know, but I think like that's the goal anyway. Like, you know, P from QC, he wants to be global. Like, you know what I mean? Like he wants to be global. He wants to have artists from all over the place. So I think like if artists like a Fredo, even Jay, like you saying Jay Haas, if these artists come over here, and Jay Haas, like he comes over here and goes to an Atlanta or something. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I think that would be a dope, just to create the content. Like, you know, if we take one of these artists and put them at Roscoe's with Chicken and Waffles in LA, like that's the type of stuff that, because everybody's visual now, so that's the type of stuff that's gonna make people say, yo, this dude is cool, let me check out his music.
Words. I hear that.
So it just takes people being willing to, you know, to do that.
No, it's so true. It's so interesting because not the same way that America's large, music in England isn't just London. Like we have so many different pockets, whether you're from Manchester or from Birmingham, and that also affects accents. So that's like another layer of different accents that we have, which we're almost like starting to just get used to. So where the UK music scene is actually relatively fresh and new in terms of just producing compared to America, I feel like the room for growth is incredible. It's incredible. Even this collaboration right here, just speaking to you, like having like it's crazy because it's the two worlds are like colliding.
Absolutely.
And it's great. And even the generation thing, because not to put like an emphasis on race, don't want to do that. But
that's okay.
You do make mention that you're 37 years old, and a lot of what's popping right now is so young and so different as well.
But
so,
I'll tell you one thing for me though. With that, the thing about me being my age that I am, I don't forget what it is to be 17. You know what I mean? Like I don't. So it's like, even though like at my age, I'm still up on like a lot of the shit that's going. It's just so much now. Like it's like the market for music is so over flooded, is because anybody could do it now. So it's like, if you want to make a song, you can make a song chilling in the crib right now and upload it. And while you might not have the same promotion, you're on the same platform as a whomever. So for me, like I'm also, you know, I'm an executive, so I have to pay attention to what's going on. Like when I discover new artists, the first people I play for is my kids.
Yeah.
It's the first people I play for because they
How
tell
do you,
me.
yeah, how do you separate what's good and what kids just like? Or does that
It's
go
one
from
it's
time
one
to
it's
time?
one of the same though. It's one of the same because I'm gonna tell you why. Because when I was a kid, a lot of the stuff that I like, the older people told me that this wasn't gonna work. And a lot of the guys that I like when I was a teenager are now legends.
Okay.
So it's like you can't really. That's what I learned. It's like I came up in a very funny space because I got in very very early as a kid, but then I'm also been in for a long time. So a lot of the guys that's my peers, even though a lot of them are older than me, I'm younger than them. Like a lot of them, like they might be older than me, but I'm like 5 or 6 years younger than them. So what they might be detached to, I'm not detached from. You know, but at the same time, it's like I'm always looking for what moves me. Because no matter how old I am, like I understand, like one thing about the streets never change. No matter what year it is, they never change. But just the content and the music, for me, I look for artists. I look for somebody that's going to be unique. I look for somebody who has a story to tell, and I look for presentation. And if all of those things match up, I don't care how old or young you are or where you from. That don't matter to me. I just signed the kid. I signed the kid from